Okay, so it's been a while since I've updated on like my photography gear and stuff, so we're gonna do that today because a lot of my stuff has changed, and in a good way. I've also been, for the first time in the 10 years I've been doing photography, started actually doing paid work, which is really nice. I do, and I went into this on TikTok, I do attribute that to two things. One being my gear. I finally got a full frame camera, and the photos that it produces are a much higher quality than what I was doing before. Because the cameras that I had before were not made as much for portrait photography, they were made more for landscape and like nature and wildlife, which originally is what I started out in. And then I kind of went to, I'd rather do dance and sport, like fast movement, not necessarily sports, but like dance is very fast movement, things like that, or portraits. And now I have a wedding that I'm doing next month. So I've done a lot more like personal things for people lately, like pregnancy announcements, engagements, like all that kind of thing, which is really great because I love it. I'm new to it, but I love it. So anyway, so the camera that I've been using, and I still love, this is my main workhorse, is the 5D4, which I know is what a lot of people use, but this thing is like a tank. I love it. It produces fantastic images. I probably went a little out of order on this, but let me talk first about how I started and what those cameras are, because I still have a couple of them. So basically I just sold a couple of my Olympus cameras. I had like every Olympus camera except the 1DX or whatever the big one is, because I just didn't need that. But I found that I just wasn't using them all, especially now that I use my Canon like all the time. So I kept the ones that are very special to me, which would be my EM10. This is the Mark II. So you can see there is a Mark I over there on that bookshelf. And that one was my very first one, which is really what got me going in photography and made me like love it. And it was so compact that I took it everywhere and I practiced more. So I do think that was fantastic for that. And I have some great prime lenses for them. That one got destroyed in an accident where it just doesn't work anymore. So now it is basically a decoration, but it looks cool. So this is my EM10 Mark II, which is a really cool camera. It's very vintage. I actually like the 2 better because it's got these really fun, like old school vintage wheels, dials on them. I love that. But it's obviously it's one of their cheaper lines, so it's not the best. So then after that, so now I had the EPL9, which I don't really use. That was one of the ones I just sold. And it was really pretty. It was a pretty white camera. I just thought I was going to use it a ton. I never used it basically. Unfortunately, I didn't get much for it because it's not an in-demand camera, but I did get some. And then I also, after that, I got the EM5 Mark II, which was great. And it was my first semi-professional, like mirrorless camera, but it still kind of had its limitations because it was older. So I found I didn't use it as much either. Then I got, this is my Pen F. This is an amazing camera. It's still like not the one I would use all the time. I have a hand grip for it, but then it makes the camera huge. So it's like, it doesn't have the nice grip that the 10 has, but it also, I don't know. But it has like a fully articulating screen, which is fantastic. It has the best black and white photo producing. Like it has this little knob here that you can select like what you want to use it for. And if you turn on black and white, it just produces these amazing colors, or photos, obviously not colors. I was actually thinking I wanted to try and do a video where I compare taking black and whites with this versus taking photos on another camera and trying to replicate, because I really can't. I don't know how to explain it, but it just has great black and white. And it's just a fun little camera that's so easy and tiny to carry with me. So this will forever be one of my cameras. And then the other Olympus one I got when I was trying to be more professional was the EM1 Mark II, which is a really nice camera. But it's still, again, it's the micro four thirds that I feel like is limiting for me, because like while micro four thirds can be great, especially if you're doing more nature and wildlife and that kind of stuff, I just don't feel like you get as much out of like portrait photography, even with great portrait lenses. Like this on here is a 75 f1.8, which in micro four thirds terms you have to double, which then obviously you are getting a nice compression and prime lens there, but you're not getting like the full frame look to things, and the depth of field is not a true 1.8 because it's micro four thirds. And then this is the pro lens. This is the 12 to 40 f2.8, which is still a great lens, and I love that this kit together is weather sealed, so like if I ever need that, I've got this and it's great. This also is much faster at taking photos and processing photos than the other Olympus cameras I have, so that's been great. But again, I still just wasn't getting the quality of the photos that I wanted. So when I got the Canon, the 5D4, my photography got so much better. I got people finally seeing my photography and really wanting me to do their photos, which is great. However, this is the only Canon that I have besides my like G7X, which does not count. So on top of people asking me about weddings and asking if I have a second shooter, like my sister, I was gonna train to be my second shooter, but to do that, I would need to have another Canon camera for her to use because she doesn't have a camera. She's done a lot of my pictures for me though, so I have trained her a lot over the years and it would just be training her some more. But if I took my Olympus ones, it just wouldn't be the same, like the color science is different and obviously full frame versus micro four thirds is different. It would still be someone getting more photos, but it wouldn't be the same. So I was like, you know what, for my business, I would like to get another full frame camera, but I debated for a while. I did a lot of research and I thought, you know what, I don't want another giant full frame camera because one, it's expensive. My budget was about $1,000. So I was trying to go as low as I could while still getting a decent camera that could be a backup camera, but also I was thinking maybe a smaller, like a mirrorless that could be like a travel camera because I love taking this with me and my lenses for my fiance and I to take pictures. And that's also another way that I think my photography has grown is just taking pictures with him and showing people what I can do just with a tripod. So that made me go, you know, I wonder if I had a lighter camera that I could still take all those lenses, but I didn't always have to take this with me. Plus, this preserves the shutter life of this, that it'll last longer too. And I love this camera. It really does a wonderful job, and I'm so comfortable with it now. But again, I wanted a backup. Also, you know, if I'm shooting something by myself, like this wedding coming up, it's nice to have two cameras, each with a different lens on them, so I'm not like going, oh, let me change my lens real quick. Oh, let me change my lens real quick, because that gets annoying really fast. So I sold my Pen EPL9 and my EM5 Mark II, and I got a new camera. Ugh, sorry, this is bothering me. I'm like off center here. But I got, after a lot of research, I got the Canon RP, which I know is technically a step down from the 5D4, obviously. This is not as professional, and I know that, but it is still full frame. It was under $1,000, which worked for me. And I got the adapter so that I can just put my lenses on here. And honestly, I'm not worried about video, which is what 99% of the YouTube videos I watched on this camera, most people were talking about the video quality. And I'm not interested in that. I'm only interested in photo, which this does a phenomenal job. Also, since a lot of those videos came out, they've had a lot of firmware updates, which I heard has improved a lot of things like the autofocus, so that's been great too. I have not gotten a chance to really test it on people yet, other than setting up my self-timer on myself. So I'm really excited to do that. But yeah, so this was my big purchase, was I got the RP, and I am really excited about this. It's so light and tiny. Like, this doesn't even have a lens on it, and it's lighter than this. Right now, with the adapter and the 50, it is lighter than holding just my 5D4 without a lens on it. Like, you can see the size in the camera bodies. I will at some point, I want to also do a video kind of comparing, taking the same images with the same lens with both of these cameras to kind of give you an idea, just for people that want to know, like DSLR versus mirrorless, but both full frame, both from the same company, like how do they compare? I think that would be interesting to know. So with that, I still have, that was the 50, I still have my Sigma 35, and I have my Canon 85. And that's all I have, and honestly, I'm fine with those. Those all work really well for me. So now on to the other things that I've gotten recently for my photography business. This was from Christmas, so I haven't used this yet. My stepmom got me it's a strap. It is kind of cute though, it has a little camera there. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, I might put on one of my older cameras like my EM10 or something, because it's pretty, but I don't know how sturdy. I don't like the ones like this. I'm very fond of the ones with the clips on them instead. So that's something that I got for Christmas. But anyway, I just recently got this because if I'm gonna be doing weddings and stuff like that, you know, detail shots, I just got a plain, simple little ring box. So that's all it is. I got the cream one. I wanted the pink one, but I was like, not everybody's colors are pink. My wedding colors are pink, but so I got a little cream colored ring box. I also got, so, sorry. I've heard that the battery life on the RP is not great, so they have their charger and their battery. I have always ordered like third-party batteries when I can because they're cheaper and they still work. So I ordered 2 of the Wasabi brand because that's the guy at the camera store actually told me that's a good off-brand to buy. So 2 came in a pack together, 2 of these. It came with a charger and it came with a car charger too. So I guess if you're out for your shoots and you're like, oh shoot, I need a battery charged, you could just plug it in. So that's good. I also got my first business cards made. I made them myself on Canva. They sent them in this little box. And then I'm not gonna show you everything, but I don't know how much you'll see it anyway. Yeah, I don't know how much of that you can see anyway. But anyway, it came out really light, so that's the only thing. But I'm really excited to be able to finally like give these to people. I made my website, so that's big. I'm starting to get into bridal portrait photography, so not like actual brides on their day, but like more like, we have one of the largest bridal districts in the country here in Cincinnati. So I am trying to get into being like maybe a photographer that they would use when they need pictures of the dresses or things for social media. So I've started doing some portraits of some friends in their dresses just to kind of have a little bit of a like portfolio for that, but then winter hit and now it's too cold and I'm not gonna make anybody stand outside in that. So we'll get back to that, but that's kind of what I would really love to do. And then I also got a new tripod because my 5D4 with the Sigma 35 is a very, very heavy setup. And I like to take a lot of our photos together. I like to take them in vertical mode. My other tripod does not hold a camera very well in vertical mode that's that heavy. It would just kind of start, like just the head would droop. So I got a Manfrotto, but I did get one of the cheaper ones. I love the ones that have like the pistol grips, like those are my favorite type. The only thing I don't love, and I know it's a Manfrotto thing, is I don't love this little ring thing. One, it's just small and easy to lose, but also I feel like my camera slides around on it. Like, whereas if it was like a square one, like is on the tripod I'm using right now, I feel like that holds better because it like moves around in here. So I don't love that, but this tripod is more sturdy and I trust it to hold my camera up, whereas the one I'm using right now, I was honestly shocked that my camera never fell on that thing. Came close a couple times, but it didn't. So there's that. I also am guilty of always carrying my cameras just in a purse. That's how I've always done it. I know that's bad, but like 9 times out of 10, I don't want to carry I just want to carry my camera with me all the time. Anyway, I got used to doing that with like my Olympus cameras because they're so small. And even with my Canon, I'm like, if I know I'm using it, I just bring a bigger purse. And I know that's not great. And then I have the House of Flynn. It's like a rose gold, giant, blocky camera bag. I just felt like I never wanted to use it. It was just too flashy, too much. And I just felt like it was clunky to carry around. So instead I was like, you know, it'd be nice if I had like a purse-like camera bag. Well, I found this on Amazon. It looks a lot like actually some of my purses. It's this gorgeous pink color. It's leather, and I think it's Melee. I'll show you what the label looks like. So I found it on Amazon. They also have a website too, so you can do either one. But also the nice thing about this is too, if you don't want to use it as a camera bag, you can pull the insert out and then it's just a nice bag with a nice like suede lining, which is really nice. But I found that for me, this bag is plenty big, even for my 5D4 with my lenses. I actually haven't carried my RP in it yet because I only just got it. It's got like a side pocket on the side here that you can put stuff in, and then it's got a pocket here. So it's just got a lot of room, and it's got a nice big strap to carry across too. So I'm really excited to use this because like even if I'm carrying like one camera body out, I can still fit the other one in here. I don't know that I could fit both of those camera bodies in here with all the lenses. I haven't tried that. I probably should. But either way, I'm really excited about this. So let's give it a try. Let's see if it fits, because that's the end of my oh wait, no, I got one more thing. I forgot because it's just sitting here. The only other thing I got is I finally got a reflector set. So this is one that has all 4 sides to it, and it folds up into this little thing, which is really hard to get it back into. But yeah, so I figured for detail shots, for things, I actually used it the other day for one in here in my apartment because my friend has me doing some pregnancy announcement shots, and she had a board and stuff, and I was like, it was like a cloudy day. I was like, where are we gonna put this? Just held the reflector. I was like, oh, this is great. So I did get that. Now let's check this theory out about fitting camera gear in here, because I'm curious now. So let's see, my 5D4, we're just gonna leave without a lens on it. We'll put that in here. That's the only thing, is it's kind of like, which way do you want to fit it? Because it's a very wide camera. And the strap does not help because the strap is very thick and that takes up some room. So I will say that is part of the problem, not just the camera, the strap itself. But I like the strap because it's very durable and it just feels very like sturdy, like it's not going anywhere. And I found that on Etsy. This one, I love this strap. It's from Photostrap, but the problem is it just felt like it was way too light to be on that camera. So that's why I was like, nope, that's gonna need to go on a separate camera. So I had it on my Olympuses for a while because they're lighter. All right, let's see if we can move the pockets around in here. This will be a good test of if I can use it with both bodies and all my lenses. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to use, I know there's another little section, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit the 35 and everything in here. Like, we can try it. Okay, the 35 is the next biggest. See, that's gonna hit that lens. So that's where I'm trying to figure this out. I was thinking, maybe if I did it this way. No, that way? Oh, that might work, okay. Because the RP is very narrow too, so I can do that. And that's even with the lens adapter on that I could do that, so that's pretty good. I don't have any native RF lenses because right now I'm just like, I do not need any. The only one I would debate eventually maybe would be that 35 macro, because I already don't have a macro lens anyway. So, we're getting pretty close here. But I always keep my lenses in this little lens bag. So the only thing is there's like nothing to protect this lens if I set it on top. And then I could always fit like batteries inside. But technically, I did fit, I'm gonna hold this just so it doesn't fall out. I did fit the RP, the 5D4, and the Sigma 35, and my 50 is in there, and then my 85 would go on the top here. But yeah, so it's stuck. Generally, oh, it's because it's stuck on that little thing. Generally, that zipper works really well. Yeah, it doesn't quite zip up all the way if I fit all that in there, but it's still like, it's very good. And like if I had my other camera on me, like this would all easily fit in there. Like if I had this one on, just stick those lenses, 5D4 in there, batteries will easily fit in there. And then you got, that's what it looks like. And I got this. And then there we go. So I'm really excited about that. So yeah, just lots of new updates for me. I'm hoping to make some more videos soon, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm really excited about this little camera, and I can't wait to actually get to test it out. So that's all my updates. Oh, I forgot one thing because it's not here yet. I always do that. I have ordered, because this one wedding that I'm doing is, it's a friend's mom's second wedding. So it is a smaller event, and I normally will deliver my photos to people through Google Photos just because that's what I've been able to do. So far, I don't have all the paid options because again, I'm starting out. So I offered her that, or I said I could always put them on a flash drive for you, and she actually would prefer that. So I ordered some fancy wooden looking flash drives that I just ordered a set of so that I have those for people too. So that's the other thing. Now I'm done. But anyway, so yeah, if you made it this far, thank you. I'm gonna try and make some more videos too, especially once the weather gets better and we can actually go out and take photos again, because you know, it's hard in the winter. But thanks for watching.